everyone, welcome to 4 Sides with me Anjali. You're watching the top news for the day. Not for the first time, China is accused of bungling COVID data. While last year December saw the hospitals and crematoria flooded with COVID patients, there were no accurate statistics available to analyze the impact. Yet again, it is being accused of deleting the mortality data altogether. Towards the end of last year, Beijing relaxed the COVID regulations and the country recorded high death toll and hospitals were flooded with COVID patients. On July 18th, Financial Times mentioned the statistics released by Zhejiang province that said that the number of cremations in the region during the first quarter of the year jumped 73% from a year earlier to 171,000. The media was abuzz when it found that the number is much higher than the 99,000 and 91,000 deaths reported in the same time period in 2022 and 2021 respectively. Soon the data and the report became unavailable. Evidently, China deleted mortality data that offered a peek into impact of its pandemic policies. Donald Trump has said he expects to be arrested by a federal inquiry into the US Capitol riot and efforts to challenge the 2020 election results. The ex-president of United States, Donald Trump, said on a Twitter post that he had been informed by special counsel Jack Smith on Sunday night that he was a target of their investigation. He claimed he was given a letter stating that I am a target of the January 6th grand jury investigation and giving me a very short 4 days to report to the grand jury, which almost always means an arrest and indictment. There was fire at a munitions depot in the Russian-operated Crimea that led to the closure of sections of the Tavrida highway that links the cities of the Simferopol and Sevastopol to the bridge. Even though no one was hurt, the residents were evacuated for safety. More than 2,000 residents are being evacuated from 4 villages in Russian-occupied Crimea after a fire that triggered hours of explosions at a nearby ammunition depot. Russian-installed officials also shut a stretch of the motorway that crosses the southern half of the peninsula. Unofficially, it is believed that the fire is from Ukrainian strikes coinciding with the Russian missile and drone attack of Ukraine's southern city of Odessa. It was the second night in a row that Odessa was targeted in attacks linked to Russia's withdrawal from an international deal, enabling grain and fertilizer to be exported safely across the Black Sea. 15 electrocuted to death from a railing at Namami Gange site in Uttarakhand, and the deceased include policemen. At least 15 people, including a police sub-inspector and 5 home guards, died after getting electric shock at a Namami Gange project site on the banks of river Alaknanda in Uttarakhand's Chamoli on Wednesday. A transformer exploded at the project site and many people are feared to be trapped. Police and rescue teams have reached the spot and started relief operations. High tide waves hit Marine Drive and there is a flood-like situation in Ratnagiri and Raigad as heavy rains continue. Savitri River, Amba River and Patalganga River in Raigad district cross the danger mark, and Kundalika River is also on the verge of crossing the danger mark as per the Raigad district administration in Maharashtra. The IMD has issued a red alert for Palghar and Raigad districts and an orange alert for Thane, Mumbai and Ratnagiri. Meanwhile, heavy rains continue to disrupt life and cause floods and waterlogging in various parts of India, including Assam and Punjab. Hyderabad in Telangana is alerted of heavy rainfall in the next 2 days. India's Tata Consultancy chooses UK for its $5 billion Jaguar Land Rover gigafactory, which is estimated to meet half of UK's battery production need by 2020. India's Tata Group will build an electric vehicle battery plant in Britain to supply its Jaguar Land Rover factories, delivering a major boost for a car industry in need of domestic battery production to help secure its future. Under the plan announced by the government and Tata, the company will build its first gigafactory outside of India in Britain with an investment of £4 billion, creating up to 4,000 jobs and producing an initial output of 40 gigawatt hours. Britain's high rate of inflation fell by more than expected in June and was its lowest in over a year at 7.9% according to data. Britain recorded its lowest inflation rate since March 2022, which is still above the rate in other big economies. Britain recorded its lowest inflation rate since March 2022, which is still above the rate in other big economies. The Bank of England said that in May it expected June inflation would fall to 7.9%, moving further away from October's 41-year high of 11.1%, but still way above its 2% target. However, it will ease some pressure on the Bank of England to keep on increasing the interest rates. It may still be bad, but not the worst, say experts. Thank you for watching 4 Sides with me, Anjali. See you all again with latest updates.